Think about the last time you kissed someone. It probably felt so natural that you never stopped to ask one strange question. Why do humans kiss at all? After all, no other everyday behavior is quite like it. Two people willingly press their lips together, exchange millions of bacteria, close their eyes, and somehow call it one of the strongest expressions of love. If an alien civilization watched humans for the first time, kissing would probably be one of the most confusing things they ever witnessed. And the strangest part is that not every culture on Earth even kisses romantically. For thousands of years, entire societies have lived without making kissing a central part of love, which raises an even bigger mystery. If kissing isn't universal, then who started it? Was there really a first kiss? Or is it something hidden much deeper inside human evolution? Today, we're going to travel back through history, biology, and psychology to uncover one of humanity's oldest mysteries. Because the story of kissing begins long before romance, long before civilization, perhaps even before humans themselves. Imagine trying to find the first person who ever smiled, or the first person who laughed. It's almost impossible. Kissing presents exactly the same problem. There is no historical record saying, today, two people invented kissing. Instead, researchers have spent decades collecting clues from archaeology, anthropology, neuroscience, and even animal behavior. Interestingly, one of the oldest written references to romantic kissing comes from ancient Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago. Ancient poems described lovers kissing passionately. Ancient Indian texts written thousands of years ago also described kissing in remarkable detail. For a long time, historians believed this was where kissing began. But newer discoveries suggest something different. These ancient civilizations didn't invent kissing. They simply wrote about something humans had probably been doing for much longer. The real origin may reach back tens of thousands of years. Before writing, before cities, before history itself. To understand kissing, we first have to forget romance. Because the earliest kisses probably had nothing to do with love, many scientists believe the roots of kissing came from a surprisingly ordinary behavior. Feeding children. Long before baby food existed, mothers often chewed food first before passing it directly into their baby's mouth. Today, this sounds unusual, but for much of human history, it was one of the safest ways to feed infants. This mouth-to-mouth transfer created an unexpected side effect. Babies began associating lips with comfort, warmth, food, and safety. Their brains learned something incredibly important. Contact through the mouth meant survival. As those children grew into adults, the same physical action may have slowly gained new emotional meanings. Comfort became affection. Affection became bonding, and eventually, bonding became romance. Of course, this isn't the only explanation. Science rarely gives simple answers, but it offers one fascinating possibility. Something that began as a way to keep babies alive may have quietly evolved into one of humanity's strongest symbols of love. Now let's fast forward thousands of years. Why does kissing feel so powerful? The answer lies inside your brain. The moment your lips touch someone you deeply care about, your nervous system becomes incredibly active. Your lips are among the most sensitive parts of your body. They contain thousands of nerve endings connected directly to the brain. A kiss isn't just skin touching skin. It's an explosion of sensory information. Within seconds, your brain begins releasing chemicals that shape your emotions. Dopamine creates excitement. Oxytocin strengthens feelings of trust and connection. Serotonin influences mood. Even tiny amounts of adrenaline can make your heart race. This chemical cocktail explains why one kiss can feel unforgettable. It's not magic, it's biology. But biology alone doesn't explain everything, because kissing also allows your brain to collect hidden information about another person without you even realizing it. Imagine this. You meet someone for the first time. You enjoy talking to them. You laugh at the same jokes. Everything seems perfect. Then you kiss, and suddenly something feels different. Sometimes the attraction becomes even stronger. Other times it disappears almost instantly. Why? Scientists believe a kiss is doing far more than expressing affection. It may also be gathering information. Every person carries a unique mixture of body odors, saliva, skin bacteria, and tiny chemical compounds. Although humans don't rely on smell as much as many animals, our brains still process these subtle signals without us noticing. Some evolutionary biologists suggest that kissing helps us subconsciously evaluate a potential partner, not just by appearance, but by health, genetic compatibility, and even immune system differences. One theory involves genes called the major histocompatibility complex, or MHC. People with different MHC genes may produce children with stronger immune systems. Some studies suggest humans are naturally more attracted to partners whose immune genes differ from their own. Scientists still debate exactly how much this influences attraction, but if it plays any role, then every kiss becomes something remarkable. While your conscious mind is thinking, I like this person, your unconscious brain may already be asking, would this person make a healthy partner? Romance, it seems, is partly biology wearing the mask of emotion. At first glance, kissing feels universal. Movies show it, songs celebrate it, stories end with it, but anthropology tells a very different story. Researchers studying cultures around the world discovered that many societies never developed romantic kissing as a normal custom. Some indigenous communities greeted greeted loved ones by rubbing noses. Others touched foreheads. Some simply embraced. To them, pressing lips together wasn't romantic at all. This surprised scientists. If kissing evolved naturally, why wasn't it found everywhere? The answer reveals something fascinating. Human behavior is shaped by both biology and culture. We may be born with the ability to enjoy kissing because our brains reward close physical contact. But whether that behavior becomes a tradition depends on the society we grow up in. Think about language. Every healthy child can learn to speak, but whether they grow up speaking English, Japanese, Arabic, or Spanish depends entirely on their environment. Kissing may work in a similar way. The biological potential exists. Culture decides how that potential is expressed. This explains why kissing feels completely normal in one country, while feeling unusual in another. Love is universal. Its language is not, here's another mystery you've probably never thought about. Why do people almost always close their eyes while kissing? It isn't simply because two faces are close together. Neuroscientists believe your brain has limited attention. When one sense becomes especially important, the brain reduces attention to others. It's the same reason many people close their eyes while listening to beautiful music, or tasting delicious food, or enjoying a warm shower. Closing your eyes allows your brain to devote more resources to touch and emotion instead of vision. The experience becomes deeper, more personal, more memorable. Your world shrinks to one single moment. In a strange way, closing your eyes isn't about seeing less. It's about feeling more. Think back to your very first kiss. Whether it was amazing, awkward, or unforgettable, your brain probably remembers it far more clearly than dozens of kisses that came afterward. That's because the brain pays special attention to novelty. When something happens for the first time, your brain treats it as important information. It releases more dopamine. It strengthens memory formation. It records details with remarkable precision. The first kiss isn't unforgettable simply because it's romantic. It's unforgettable because your brain believes it's a major life event. Just like your first day at school, your first time driving, or your graduation. These experiences become emotional landmarks, and a first kiss often becomes one of the strongest emotional memories a person carries. But despite everything science has discovered, there is still one question it cannot fully answer. If kissing began as biology, why did it become one of humanity's greatest symbols of love? To answer that, we have to leave the laboratory and enter the human heart. Imagine two people saying the exact same words. I love you. One says it over a text message. The other says it while gently kissing the person they love. The words are identical, but the feeling is completely different. Why? Because a kiss communicates something language often cannot. It says, I trust you enough to let you into my personal space. It says, I feel safe with you. And perhaps most importantly, I'm choosing you. Psychologists have long understood that humans communicate through far more than words. Our facial expressions, our tone of voice, our touch, and even our physical distance from one another all send powerful emotional signals. A kiss is one of the strongest of those signals. It requires vulnerability. For a few seconds, both people lower their guard. They stop talking. They stop thinking. And they simply exist in the same moment. Perhaps that's why a kiss can repair an argument, comfort someone who's grieving, or create a memory that lasts a lifetime. Not because lips have magical powers, but because the human brain attaches extraordinary meaning to moments of trust and closeness. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine kissing someone for the last time, without knowing it would be the last. The lips are the same. The action is the same. But afterward, everything changes. Breakups don't only hurt emotionally, they hurt biologically. When we form close romantic bonds, our brains become accustomed to the dopamine and oxytocin released during affectionate moments. Over time, that person becomes part of our emotional routine. Then suddenly, they're gone. The brain doesn't immediately understand. It continues expecting the messages, the touch, the familiar kiss. When none of those arrive, the brain experiences something surprisingly similar to withdrawal. That's one reason heartbreak can feel physically painful. Researchers have even found that emotional rejection activates some of the same brain regions involved in physical pain. In other words, when people say, my heart hurts, their brain is experiencing something very real. A kiss can create connection. Its absence can leave an equally powerful silence. As technology changes, human relationships are changing too. Today, people fall in love through dating apps. Long-distance couples maintain relationships through video calls. Artificial intelligence can already generate realistic conversations and virtual companions. Some scientists even wonder whether future technology could simulate physical affection itself. If that happens, will humans still kiss? History suggests the answer is yes, because kissing has survived almost everything. Wars, empires, pandemics, the rise and fall of civilizations. Even when customs changed, humans continued searching for ways to express closeness through touch. The form may evolve, but the need behind it probably won't, because beneath every kiss lies something far older than culture. The desire to feel connected, and that desire has shaped humanity since the very beginning. After thousands of years, science still can't point to one person and say, they were the first. Perhaps there never was a first kiss. Perhaps it emerged gradually, over countless generations, as parents comforted children, as partners formed stronger bonds, and as evolution quietly rewarded those connections. Sometimes the most meaningful parts of being human aren't inventions at all. They're discoveries. Love wasn't invented. Trust wasn't invented. And maybe kissing wasn't either. It simply grew alongside us, until it became one of the most recognizable expressions of affection in human history. The next time you see two people kiss in a movie, or share one with someone you care about, remember that you're witnessing a behavior with roots that may stretch back tens of thousands of years. A simple gesture, carrying the weight of evolution, history, and the deepest parts of the human brain. So what do you think? Do you believe kissing began as a way to strengthen romantic bonds? Or did it evolve from something much older, like caring for children and building trust? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden stories behind everyday human behavior, make sure to subscribe. Every week, we uncover the fascinating science, history, and psychology behind the things we all do, but rarely stop to question. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.